you're watching this video, then you want to know how to maximize your damage in Bear Hunt to get those sweet, sweet Forge Hammers and tons of resources. At the same time, it can feel frustrating when you don't reach the level of rewards you may have just received in the same event even 2 days prior. In this video, I'm going to share with you the secret that top alliances know, which allow them to maximize their rewards in Bear Hunt and get a huge advantage in their Kingshot progression. Are you ready? Alright, here's the secret. Most people think that this event is about the strength of your account, but the real key to maximizing your damage is actually alliance coordination. And once you understand all that this entails, you'll be confidently able to do your part to maximize your rewards every single time. But this also means the amount of rewards you individually can get will increase the better your alliance members perform their parts. So make sure to share this video with them. Share the link in game, post it on your Discord, whatever it takes, since your rewards depend on it. So now let's dive into how this theme of coordination over strength plays out across the various event dynamics. I'm breaking up this video into 4 parts. First, I'm going to walk you through the factors that actually contribute to damage in Bear Hunt Rally, as well as which factors you think might matter but really don't. Next, I'll walk you through what this means you need to do for the Bear Hunt rallies that you host, as well as the rallies that you join. Then, I'll share the hero meta for joining rallies in Bear Hunt. Please do not just jump to this section, as it won't make much sense without understanding the mechanics at play. And finally, I'll share 5 additional tips to help you maximize your damage. First off, let's talk about the Bear Hunt rally formation. This isn't going to be an exhaustive guide on how to optimize rallies. I'll do a video on that at some later point. But here's what you need to know about how rally science applies to the Bear Hunt. In short, there are certain things that the rally leader contributes and certain things that the rally joiner contributes. If you're leading a rally, your bonuses and stats apply to the entire rally. That means all of your combat research, governor gear and charms, hero equipment, hero stats, consumable combat bonuses, pet bonuses and abilities, and other sources like skins and frames and island decorations, etc. All of this applies to the entire rally. And the other important stat, of course, that the rally leader brings to rallies is the rally capacity value. This determines how many other total troops can be contributed by other alliance members, and this value is primarily determined by the rally leader's command center. Additionally, the heroes you select will bring all of their expedition abilities. This means not only the 3 hero abilities on the hero skills tab, if they're an orange hero, but also the 4th expedition ability hidden in their exclusive gear details. The order in which you place the 3 heroes does not matter, as all skills of all heroes will apply to the raid. And finally, the troops the rally leader chooses to bring to the battle impact the total damage attributable to them in the raid, as these troops will deal damage to the bear in accordance with all the buffs they receive. If you are a rally joiner, however, there is much less you contribute, and it might not be what you expect. We'll start with the simplest. You contribute troops, and just like the rally leader, these troops receive buffs from the rally and deal damage in accordance with their troop tier and the buffs that they receive. Next, you may contribute up to 1 hero ability to the rally, and this is where most rallies can go sideways, since you don't get to directly choose which ability you contribute. Rather, the game follows a preset logic that selects the ability based on a few factors, and if you don't know these factors, you can really screw up the damage potential of your rally. It works as follows. The hero you put in the first position of your 3 heroes is the hero captain. This is denoted by the green rally flag. Whoever you select as your hero captain will potentially provide the first position skill in their expedition abilities. So if this is Chenko, it will be a 25% buff to lethality, which is great. If it's a hero like Jabel, it will provide rally flag's damage reduction impact, which will not help you here in the slightest. Additionally, only 4 hero abilities are contributed to the rally across all rally joiners. So the game has a separate logic to select which 4 of the potential rally joiner abilities will apply. First, the game will prioritize the 4 eligible abilities that have the highest skill level, without respect to what that skill actually does. This means a level 5 rally flag from Jabel will bump out a level 4 on guard lethality boost from Yanu. If there are more than 4 eligible level 5 abilities that are being provided by the rally joiners, then the game will select from the level 5 abilities in order of who joined the rally first. You might also be wondering what happens if multiple copies of the same ability are selected by this logic. In short, some of the abilities stack and some do not. This depends on if the ability has a percentage-based chance of happening. I'll get into this more in the hero meta section, but for now, let's just focus on who contributes what to a rally. You may be expecting that your other heroes you selected may be contributing to the rally in some way, and technically they are, but probably not in the way that you're thinking. To be explicit, your heroes do not contribute any stat bonuses or gear to the rally as a joiner. So you may ask, well, why not just remove your second and third heroes altogether? Well, they do provide one thing, and that's an increase to your personal deployment capacity based on their hero level. And that's it. So by having a second or third hero present, you can contribute more troops to a given rally. But that's all. And for clarity, you don't provide any bonuses based on your own governor gear and charms, research, or any consumable bonuses. Again, rally joiners do not provide stat bonuses to the rally. So if we step back and think about the implications of all of this, we can see two clear roles emerge for rally leaders versus rally joiners. So let's talk about what this means for you. Let's start with rally joiners, since everyone will be a rally joiner for most marches. Your primary job will be to contribute the right skills to the rallies you join and avoid screwing them up by contributing the wrong skills. This means knowing which heroes are safe to send and making sure those heroes are in your first position slot of all of your marches. And also being comfortable joining rallies without sending any heroes if your best ones are deployed. This last point is extremely important since you don't want to be the person who prevents everyone in the rally from dealing maximal damage. And once you have enough troops to field multiple marches, you'll not be able to send top tier heroes to every single rally. And as long as you're doing this primary task correctly, then you should secondarily look to optimize the troops you send to each rally to improve your own personal score. For example, if you see a rally that has a strong rally leader and is well coordinated with joiners bringing the right abilities, then you should put your highest tier troops in that rally to further maximize the damage that you deal. Another unique thing about bear hunt rallies is that the bear deals no damage to your troops, which means that you don't need to worry about sending balanced troop compositions. So if you have a whale in your alliance and you see room to add troops to their rally, don't be afraid to put in even 85 or 90% archer troops to get even more damage for yourself. You can still send out the cavalry and infantry to other rallies. They'll just have lower bonuses. And the best part is that this only impacts the damage you deal without negatively impacting other players in your alliance. So why not send out 100% archers on a march? Well, some players have reported that they deal less damage when doing this, and there is a belief that the game is somehow punishing the lack of troop diversity. Look, it's nearly impossible to confirm since you don't even get a full battle report for the bear hunt. So putting no more than 90% archers is just playing it a little bit on the safe side. If you are a rally leader, there are a few more things to consider. First, whether or not to even be a rally leader is something to think through. Every rally you lead will give your account bonuses to all joiners, so if you're not on the stronger side of your alliance, then it might not be a good idea to host a rally and have joiners get subpar bonuses. In addition, having too many open rallies in bear hunt can risk splitting the joiners between them along with the hero bonuses that they're bringing. There's not an exact number of rallies that's ideal since it changes with the alliance size, how many people are participating in the bear hunt this time around, and how many marches of troops your joiners can support. But a general rule would be that if all of your usual rally joiners launch their rallies and you still have just a little bit of space left over, then you're probably balanced. If you have more marches of troops sitting around that can't find a rally, then it might be a good idea for the next strongest people to host one if they aren't already. Eventually the alliance will feel its way towards a sort of equilibrium. But let's say you are hosting a bear hunt rally. What should you do? Well, you need to think through what the best hero composition would be that will provide maximal damage for you and your rally joiners, and make sure that those heroes have the best equipment on. It sounds simple, but it can actually be a little challenging. For example, when I go through the hero meta, you'll see that Chenko is one of the best heroes for joining bear hunt rallies. Now if you use her for your own rally for that lethality bonus, that means you miss out on the potential to use another orange hero with 4 expedition abilities that could include lethality plus more, and you miss out on the option to send her to another rally as a joiner. Additionally, if you normally use Chenko as a main hero and she has your best gear on, that gear won't help her at all if you're sending her to join another rally. So you would want to take that gear and equip it on the hero you plan to use in your own hosted rally. Otherwise, everyone, including you, will miss out on a major source of troop stats and bonuses in your rally. Given so much focus on the bonuses that you bring, you may wonder if you should use any of the consumable troop bonuses to buff your attack further and increase damage. To this, I would generally say no, since the economics of how much they cost typically would not justify the return on investment for getting to the next level of rewards. However, if you have these buffs already active for another reason, like a recent castle battle or Swordland Showdown event, then this will definitely be beneficial to you hosting rallies. One other thing you need to keep an eye on for your rallies is who is actually joining with what hero. If you see people joining your rallies with the wrong hero, particularly if they are bumping out the bonuses of other better heroes, then you should definitely kick them from the rally, and let them know why in chat. If you don't enforce this strictly, the damage for everyone in the Alliance, yourself included, will be significantly lowered. You can confirm the active abilities by going into the little rally flag icon in your rally and seeing which 4 abilities are selected and the profile pictures of the members they come from. Remember, just because someone sent the wrong hero to a rally does not mean that the wrong hero ability will be chosen by the game's logic, but this is the place where you can confirm what the result will be. Finally, there's also a broader role the Alliance needs to play at large, which is primarily educating members about how this event works. As you can see, we're halfway through this video and I've already explained quite a lot, so just share a link to this video and make it easy on yourself. Alliance leadership should also make sure that every bear hunt rally is conducted with maximum trap enhancement benefits. This one shouldn't be too much of a problem for active alliances, as 100 members can easily get all the hunting arrows needed by regular gameplay patterns of completing daily missions. But if for some reason it's not, then call it out before the bear hunt starts. Someone is most likely sitting on plenty of these items. Okay, let's talk about hero meta for bear hunt. If you are one of my viewers who just jumped to this chapter and hasn't watched the start of this video, I highly recommend you go back and watch. Otherwise, some of the things I say here might not make a lot of sense. I'll also be drawing on some of the concepts from my Ultimate Kingshot Combat Guide, linked below in the description. Namely 2 things. 1, we'll be prioritizing lethality bonus over attack, since what we know about the damage formula suggests that this will lead to a greater increase in damage. And 2, we'll be deprioritizing percent chance-based abilities, since these do not stack in a way that flat stat buffs stack. This is important because stacking these stat buffs will impact the damage calculation formula both additively and multiplicatively, since they get classified as special buffs. I share this logic because heroes can be buffed or debuffed, new ones can get released, etc. The idea is to teach you why I prioritize what I do, so this video stays helpful for the long term. So let's look at the Bear Hunt Rally joiner list. There are 3 best heroes that are all equally valuable for boosting lethality by up to 25%. Amadeus, Chenko, and Yanu. This is the single best contribution you can make to any rally you join. Remember, only the hero captain's ability will be contributed to the rally, so do not send all 3 of these together to a single rally. Any hero that is not providing a lethality bonus in their first position skill is always at risk for bumping the bonus from another player's hero that is providing this skill. So my next grouping of heroes are the ones that I categorize as use cautiously. I'll break this up into 2 tiers since they operate a little bit differently within this bucket. The attack buff heroes will add stackable attack bonuses to your rally, much like the lethality heroes. However, since lethality is still the priority, you need to be careful that you do not displace a lethality hero when you join with one of them. Amane provides the biggest attack bonus with a first position skill at 25% attack increase. Hilda also provides an attack bonus as part of her first position skill, but the skill is split with defense, so it's only a 15% buff. And the other category of use cautiously heroes is the ones with percent chance-based abilities. These will directly increase the damage done, but they do not stack if 2 players send them to a rally. so there is a chance one of the slots could be taken up by a move that has no incremental bonus, which reduces everyone's damage potential. Heroes that fit into this category are Marlin and Zoe in Generation 2, as well as Jaeger and Petra for Generation 3. For everyone in the use cautiously category, you should really avoid using them in situations where you will bump out a lethality hero. This can be tough to judge because sometimes rallies, particularly those for stronger rally hosts, can fill up quite fast. Therefore, you should really only use these heroes when it is rallies that are hosted by weaker rally leaders or where the rally has excess room for a while and you can take the time to ensure that this is a solid choice. You should also avoid using heroes from the first 3 generations not shown here, since the remainder all have defensive or growth abilities in their first position skill slot, which adds 0 value to the bear hunt rallies. In theory, you could use one of these if you needed to extend your troop capacity to bring more troops if, say, all the other rally joiner skill slots were filled by level 5 abilities. But even still, the risk probably isn't worth the reward given you already have enough heroes in the priority and use cautiously categories to fill out every rally you could possibly join. I won't dive in depth into rally leading since it's heavily influenced by which heroes you have invested in and what hero generation your server's in. Therefore, it's more challenging to do a perfectly prescriptive list that's suitable for everyone. So you'll need to use some element of judgment here. But for help with that, you can also check out my extremely detailed Kingshot Hero Reviews playlist linked below in the description. And all of that said, the guiding principle is that you want to prioritize heroes with the most offensive damage dealing abilities and balance that with the escalating stat creep that happens with each new hero generation. So your investment into the individual heroes thus far will determine the exact inflection point where one hero starts to outperform another. But as with rally joining, try to prioritize lethality over attack when possible. Now let's take a look at a bunch of miscellaneous tips and tricks that you should keep in mind to further improve at Bear Hunt. Tip number 1 is to organize your town placement around the pitfall intentionally. You want to maximize the proximity of all Alliance members, but in particular, you want your strongest Alliance members to be as close as possible. This is because their troops will have a shorter return time after the rally, which means they can launch the next rally even quicker. This will set the pace on how many rallies your alliance is able to get in during the time limit, since joiners can always come later. But there is no way to accelerate the rally launch time. Tip number 2 is to leverage formation presets. You can do this by going to your governor profile and selecting squad and then formations. Here you can create presets for both the hero positions as well as the troop composition. I will intentionally stack my Chenko and Yanu-led formations with archer heroes so I can quickly drop them into a stronger player's rally as soon as it opens and before it fills up. Tip number 3 is that you can quickly recall your troops in 2 ways if you forgot that bear hunt is happening until the very last minute. Say your troops are out at resource nodes or otherwise far away and won't be back in time. You can either use troop speed-ups to bring them back, or you can use an advanced teleporter, which will instantly teleport your troops back home. These are both expensive options, so it's really best to avoid this, but I wanted to at least let you know that this is an option. Tip number 4 is that everyone should host a rally within the last 5 to 7 minutes, even if they would otherwise not be a rally leader. This allows additional rallies for people to join when they come back from the stronger players' rallies, but the stronger players do not have any time to create a new rally before the event ends. While these additional rallies will deal less damage, it can frequently make the difference for someone who is on the border of getting to the next reward level. So unless you need these rallies, it's good etiquette to save room for others. It's also good to share a warning around the 6 or 7 minute mark to let all the players know to launch their rallies. This is because rallies take 5 minutes plus the travel time to march to the bear. So rallies launched too close to that 5-minute mark stand no chance to reach the bear in time. A slightly advanced warning gives the full alliance time to react and to choose not to send some troops as rally joiners so they can launch an additional rally of their own. This is especially important because launching your own rally does not take up one of your march slots. So even if you had 6 march slots that are all occupied with other rallies, you can still actually launch a 7th rally slot for your own rally. And tip number 5 is to keep in mind the breakpoints between the reward levels and adjust accordingly. For example, if you just pass the 90 million point threshold and say there's about 8 minutes left, and you know you won't be able to get that next reward tier at 175 million, then consider not taking up space in the remaining rallies since it really won't make a difference. You get no bonus for reaching the top ranking in your alliance for points scored. So if you end up in this sort of position, instead, turn your attention to helping your alliance members get to the next level if they still can. This can be done by still hosting your own rally, but with only one troop joining to make more room for others. It could also mean joining a rally with only one troop, but a preferred hero captain like Chenko or Yanu so that others can get the increase in damage. Just be careful you don't hit the cap for maximum number of governors in a rally, but usually it's troops that top out before governors. Not only is this a nice thing to do for your alliance, but it will also make them more likely to help you in the future if the situation is reversed. So play the long game so that you can all maximize your rewards together. And share this video with them too so they know what's up. And please, let me know in the comments if you have any other tips or tricks to share with everyone on the bear hunt. And be sure to check out the other guides just like this one in my Kingshot Essentials playlist, linked below in the description. And that's it. So now you are part of the worst kept secret in Kingshot. So have fun getting all those Forge Hammers in Bear Hunt. Thanks again for watching, and happy gaming out there.